Hello and welcome to episode 79 of my playthrough of Mass Effect Legendary Edition, where I will not be using Charm or Intimidate dialogue options, or Paragon or Renegade interrupts. Alright, let's check the War Assets terminal. Anything new? Yes, Krogan. The Krogan 1st Division is a conglomeration of infantry and vehicles hastily organized into a single coalition force. The chain of command is divided by clan, with representatives from each serving as officers. Despite ancient differences, fighting the Reapers together is building a spirit of camaraderie among the division's warriors. Krogan from different clans are starting to swap equipment, stories, and even the occasional barrel of ring coal. Tuchanka Planetary Defense Cannon. An ancient planetary defense cannon on Tuchanka has been repaired, reassuring the Krogan that Tuchanka is well defended against the Reaper threat. This has also brought Krogan volunteers from many clans together, primarily due to their shared love of massive guns. Yeah, and this would be new too. The Krogan clans have agreed to throw their considerable might against the Reapers. Their shock troops are aggressive, restless, and recklessly brave. The Solarians bring cutting-edge warships and their best tactical minds to fight against the Reapers. And, the oldest race in the galaxy is sending all the commandos and fleets it can spare. They are coordinated by Asari High Command, a core leadership of commandos and politicians from numerous Asari worlds. I probably missed some others, but anyway, Terminus Systems. Shadowbroker Wet Squad. As the new Shadowbroker, Liara Chisoni has the loyalty of her predecessor's Assassination Squad, a small but lethal team of soldiers called on for the rare occasion when information isn't enough to silence a target. Their methods vary with each mission, from subtle poisonings to bombing entire buildings. The Wet Squad is dedicated to whatever range of destruction the new broker requires. Dr. Chisoni has put them to work against the Reapers and Cerberus.
Don't have colonies. You can't bomb them, or you're bombing what's left of your own planet. They make their own soldiers out of our civilians. They don't have supply lines. How do you beat something like that?
I'll let you know if I think of something.
Unread messages at your private terminal, Commander. Commander?
The Prothean War with the Reapers. Author's note: most of the information gathered in this report was acquired through interviews by Prothean expert and xenoarchaeologist Dr. Liara Chisoni and her conversations with the Prothean recovered from stasis on Eden Prime. AIS attempted to interview the subject directly, but were quickly dismissed, stating that our interrogation techniques were primitive and that in his time information would be extracted by the most efficient method possible. War of the Protheans and Reapers. The Prothean War began with a surprise attack on the Citadel, which immediately fell to Reaper control. The Protheans' normally superior fleet was destroyed with limited resistance, and the Emperor died along with most senior military advisors. With the Citadel secured and the defending fleet eliminated, the Reapers disabled the mass relay network. Although ships could no longer pass through, the relays still permitted data transmissions, allowing the Empire to quickly warn the rest of the galaxy about the attack. Soon after, the secret research facility on Ilos went dark. With the Prothean Empire essentially immobilized, the Reapers began a systematic war of attrition, one planet at a time, eradicating entire populations and purging all signs of advanced technology. While the Prothean FTL drive was capable of interstellar travel, there was the inescapable time lag that accumulated by traveling between clusters. Using this to their advantage, the refugee fleets would evade the Reaper threat and then have months or even years to accumulate fuel supplies and raw materials before the Reapers would inevitably find them. Although this pattern was repeatedly successful for generations, the Protheans, accustomed to being the conquerors rather than the conquered, grew weary of constantly running from the enemy. Ultimately, it didn't matter. Protheans would be born on one planet only to see it burn and forced to escape to the next cluster. This galactic exodus spanned hundreds of years before the fleet was eventually destroyed at the Battle of Tranbir 9. The Protheans, on the verge of completing a superweapon to destroy the Reapers, were betrayed by indoctrinated agents with the destruction of the Empire's flagship. Were betrayed by indoctrinated agents. With the destruction of the Empire's flagship, the Penumbrum Apex, the Reapers quickly overwhelmed the Protheans and destroyed their last hope for survival. Technology. Prothean technology was far more advanced than that of the Council races. Their sensory ability allowed them to communicate concepts far more efficiently than by using spoken word, and resulted in such accomplishments as being able to both understand and harness the mass relay technology. The Penumbra Apex, the flagship of the Prothean fleet, is a prime example of the Protheans' technological superiority. 3 times larger than the Destiny Ascension, the Penumbra Apex's weapons were designed specifically to break Reaper shields in only a few shots, and its armor thick enough to withstand direct hits from the Reapers. Its armor thick enough to withstand direct hits from the Reaper's magnetohydrodynamic weapons. The longer the war raged on, the more strained the Prothean fleet became, and supply shortages forced them to capitulate and develop more efficient weapons. The most notable technological upgrade to their military arsenal was the introduction of particle-firing weapons. Military doctrine. The Protheans' military doctrine, while effective for expansion and conquest, and had no flexibility for defensive adaptation. As the dominant species in the galaxy, they had become far too dependent upon their own technological prowess. As they traded one burning planet for another, they were only trying to buy themselves time to develop a solution that would never come. Influence on the current war. It is AIS's assessment that the subject's testimony gives us greater hope, although the Prothean clearly does not share our cautious optimism. Despite the fact that our technology is vastly inferior to that of the Protheans, and galactic community is not nearly as populous, the actions of the Protheans have given this cycle a fighting chance. With the Protheans' research on Ilos, including the location of the conduit, Commander Shepard was able to halt the first signs of the Reaper invasion and destroy Sovereign before the Reapers could take control of the Citadel. Without access to the Citadel, the Reapers are having to change tactics. Rather than harvesting one cluster at a time, deactivating relays, and immobilizing whole civilizations, they are having to attack resources, fuel supplies, and planet infrastructures prior to attacking specific targets. The subsequent strategy to Sovereign's failure was to have the Collectors begin construction on a new human-form Reaper. While the Reapers were quickly willing to undertake such a risky operation, it does imply that even they can endure substantial setbacks by entering the Milky Way through FTL travel. The Reapers are clearly not as omnipotent as they would have the galaxy believe. Both the current and previous cycles had success eliminating individual Reapers, albeit usually at great cost. Current theories propose that very few Reapers are created as the result of each cycle, so each loss is significant and irreplaceable. Arya T'Loak, re-cannon fodder. From Arya T'Loak. Shepard, the Reapers beat you to it. Those inmates are either dead or husks by now. If you find anyone else in the Terminus willing to support me, send them to me. Arya. Liara T'Soni, Wet Team. From Liara T'Soni. Shepard, I have already dispatched most of the specialists we recovered to new assignments. I do need the Solarian Tazik and his small team to handle a task for me on the Citadel. Please make sure they remain confined to the cargo deck. I do not want them anywhere near me or Glyph. Liara. Major Chakwas, Medical Staff. From Karen Chakwas. Commander, with the amount of fire you and the ground teams are taking, I need to acquire staff to improve our medical treatment. Fortunately, there is no shortage of volunteers. I have compiled the dossiers of 4 likely candidates. You will find them in the crew manifest. Sincerely, Chakwas. Okay, so we have health bonus, health and power cooldown, power damage, weapon damage, power cooldown. Let's go with that one.
Don't worry, Edie. Once the Krogan are gone, we'll get rid of the smell.
While this body has olfactory sensors, I do not have positive or negative associations with any specific scent.
Oh. Well, lucky you. Commander?
Shepard, you are staring.
Wish you could have seen that gun on Tachanka firsthand. I cut the auditory emulators and watched that Cerberus cruiser gracefully and silently disintegrate. Beautiful.
Sometimes I worry about you, man.
Oops.
Sir.
Briefing. Target: Charles Saraceno, human politician. Location: Tayseri Ward, Citadel. Gather information and eliminate. Team leader: Farron. Wet work: Tazik. Infiltration: done. Ordnance: shift. Dossier: the human politician has arrived on the Citadel and staying with extended family. A small window of opportunity is available to be exploited. Target has access to offshore accounts provided by Cerberus. Obtain target and extract information regarding purpose of Cerberus funding. Leverage compliance with family if necessary. Eliminate the target post-questioning. Minimize collateral damage to civilians. Family and associates are considered legitimate targets. Payment made upon completion. Broker. Terra Firma is an alliance political party formed after the First Contact War. Its policy agenda is based on the principle that Earth must stand firm against alien influences. This covers a variety of legislation. Recent activities by Terra Firma include opposition to a law requiring high school alien language study, a proposal to increase tariffs on alien imports, and leading a popular movement to mark the First Contact War with a public holiday. Though founded by well-meaning individuals who feared the submersion of native human cultures under a wave of alien vogue, Terra Firma's agenda attracts many jingoists and xenophobes. Encrypted message. Message received. The broker is not happy that you lost the ship and half your team. For your health, I hope the cargo from Rothlo was undamaged. I have met the broker's client previously. He is a notoriously bad-tempered mercenary and has a long association with our organization. At great personal cost, I hired one of the few ships that can evade those looking for you. Deliver the cargo to the client in Shaltra Ward. Broker has a new task. Ugh. Why am I yawning so much? Once, Rothlo was a large ice dwarf with statistics listed below. In the waning years of the Krogan rebellions, it was shattered into a field of debris by what is assumed to have been the test of an exotic weapons system. In the wake of the event, the planetoid was reduced to a relatively contained field of thousands of tiny moonlets rotating around one another, colliding and ricocheting. The method used to destroy the planetoid has never been deduced. The Krogan clan who performed the experiment apparently all died in the event. Ships that have traveled to the edge of the event's light cone observed a moment of extreme gravitational lensing around Rothla immediately before its breakup, but no other clues. A popular extranet meme put forward by Asari author Delsey Orthisa insists that the Turians are covering up the existence of a Krogan superbiotic breed that was genetically engineered within Rothla. The CDEM enforces quarantine around the Rothla field, citing cases of amateur investigators whose ships came to grief in the debris field. Omniscan 3000 XR. Contents: Krogan male, deceased. Analysis: time of death unknown. Male, age estimated at 300 to 500 years. Tissue shows signs of long-term exposure to absolute zero temperature. Specimen has markers of genophage along with heavy genetic modifications to the 5th, 12th, and 19th chromosomes. Levels of EZO in the bloodstream are 3.6 times higher than average. Okay, that would seem to indicate something to do with the superbiotics. Maybe. Miss Farron. Alright. Nope. Hey. Hey.
Hey there.
There you go.
Parts of Tachanka reminded me of the desert back home. The lizards and worms are bigger, but, you know, the sand and everything. Hey.
Is there anything I want to upgrade? I think I just want to save my credits. I'm getting there, actually, to the cost of the Widow. What? Huh? There we go.
Not sure what to think about that little mech dog roaming the ship.
You mean Sophie? I think she's cute.
What purpose does she serve?
I guess I have a soft spot for worthless dogs. Look how long I've been with you.
How do you see with only 2 eyes? Evolution has taken a strange turn in this cycle. Your Joker pilot insists I call myself Prothy the Prothean. I insisted he allow me to throw him out the airlock. Commander.
Prothy the Prothean.
Commander.
Stop beating yourself up. It was crazy of me to ask you to join the Normandy back then.
But I let you down. I let Shepard down. I let everyone listed on that memorial wall down. You had the courage to support Shepard. Joker did. Garrus and Tali did.
But Ashley didn't. Liara didn't. Were they cowards? I think not. Greg, you're one of the bravest and most loyal men I know. You were meant to be here, right now. We have a war to win. So clear your head and focus.
Okay, you win. It will not be mentioned again.
Commander.
Hello, Commander.
Say that again?
The population of the colony world of Tyvor has been killed.
I don't understand. The Reapers have been taking people alive.
It was self-inflicted. When Reaper forces invaded, Tyvor's colonists detonated nuclear weapons inside their cities.
Goddess.
Their deaths would have been instantaneous, Doctor.
Thank you, Glyph. That'll be all.
Busy?
I have time if you'd like to talk. In fact, I could use the distraction.
What's on your mind?
How long it took the Reapers to eradicate the Protheans, and how long they'll need for us. It took them centuries to conquer the Protheans. We're not quite so widespread, but it would still take at least 100 years. It's selfish, but I keep thinking that if we fail... I'm only 109, Shepard. I could live to see the entire cycle come to an end.
Only 109, huh?
I know. It must seem strange to complain about a 1,000-year lifespan. I used to think it was sad that most aliens live such short lives. Maybe it's not such a privilege to outlive so many. To witness so much death.
Don't drive yourself crazy about this, Liara. We're still in the fight.
Only because you're still driving it forward. We finally have other leaders on our side, but none will take us as far as you can. Sometimes I wonder how you do it.
I think of the people I care about. That helps keep me going.
I'm glad I'm among them. I hope.
Of course you are.
I feel better already. Thank you for coming by, Shepard. Why don't we talk later?
Sanctum is known for the freezing ice storms which sweep across its poles and temperate zones with only a thin strip of habitable land along the equator. Because of these harsh living conditions, Sanctum attracts only the most gruff and hardy, from miners to mercenaries to company men. Mining, referred to as ice cracking, anywhere but the equator, is the backbone of Sanctum's economy. The planet is rich in platinum and palladium deposits, as well as boron, which is locally used in semiconductor doping. Sanctum's corporate factions have learned that Cerberus is involved in the planet's finances. Systems Alliance intelligence agents embedded within the corporate strata are quietly urging the companies to confront Cerberus directly. But so far, financial bickering has kept Sanctum's major stakeholders from acting against the elusive man. The Terminus systems are located on the far side of the Attican Traverse, beyond the space administered by the Citadel. By the Citadel Council, or claimed by the Human Systems Alliance. It is populated by a loose affiliation of minor species united only in their refusal to acknowledge the political authority of the Council or adhere to the Citadel Conventions. Their independence comes at a price. The Terminus is fraught with conflict. War among the various species is common. As governments and dictators constantly rise and fall, the region is a haven for illegal activities, particularly piracy and the slave trade. At least once a year, a fleet from Terminus invades the nearby Attican Traverse. These attacks are typically small raids against poorly defended colonies. The Council rarely retaliates, as sending patrols into the Terminus systems could unify the disparate species against their common foe, triggering a long and costly war. The flotilla, or the migrant fleet, is a fleet of roughly 50,000 starships that houses over 17 million Quarians, the largest collection of starfaring vessels in the galaxy. The fleet is so large it may take days for all the ships to pass through a mass relay. The ships are constantly repaired, replaced, and upgraded to comfortably house as many Quarians as possible. Typically, ships specialize in roles for the fleet, from the enormous agricultural live ships to the shielded lab ships to the repurposed freighters known as home ships that house Quarian children. Young parents, and educators. Employed Quarians typically live in the ship they work on, since commuting from ship to ship ties up resources with unnecessary docking procedures. Even within the flotilla, Quarians on most ships will remain encased in their protective suits. Rarely, Quarians will meet on clean ships for specific purposes, such as medical services or reproduction. When this occurs, they remove their suits, knowing full well that it is likely they will spend a few days having allergic reactions or getting over infections as their weakened immune systems compensate for each other's presence. The Perseus Veil. As vast in natural beauty as it is in threat, the purple and gold nebula called the Perseus Veil forms the natural border between Geth space and the Terminus systems. The Veil's total opacity prevents Council intelligence from surveying Geth activity. Theoretically, the Geth could be preparing a devastating attack against which the Council could be defenseless, or the Geth could have died out so that the defense budget against them could be gaining the Alliance nothing but economic ruination. Despite fears of Geth, prospectors do occasionally mount salvage ventures inside the Veil. One ended in tragedy. Using technomental domination, the Geth drew the team into the Veil before aiming them back as husks at the organic society that produced them. A leaked classified Spectre report claims that the dreadnought Sovereign, commanded by ex-Spectre Saren Arturius and crewed by Geth, hid near the Veil before initiating the 2183 Citadel attack.
Enjoy your day.
My xenoscience studies mission to Solarian. I am the very model of to librarian. I am the very model of a scientist Solarian.
Not right now.
Okay, fine. I am the very model of a scientist Solarian.
No, that would... perhaps stimulate cell regeneration with a... Could... but... Should test with...
That's worse.
Shepard, blood work complete. Indicates significant stress on Eve's system. Malin's data thorough, fortunately detailed as well. Have used notes to improve her condition.
You always defended your genophage work. What changed your mind?
Never change mind. Genophage proper decision at time. New circumstances necessitate course correction.
Those circumstances being?
Reaper invasion. Turians doomed without Krogan support. Krogan need unified threat, outlet for aggression. Cooperative symbiosis.
Nothing else? No personal stake here?
Getting old, Shepard. Not many years left, but still best candidate for project. Few Solarian scientists interested in genophage. None with my expertise. Had to be me.
Someone else might have gotten it wrong?
Possibly. Stakes too high for inexperience. But not about them. My work. My job to put it right. To prove I can.
How is she doing?
No fever currently. Heart rate elevated. Likely stress. Eating appropriately. Could use another blanket. Something soft. Prefer to let her recover fully before synthesizing cure. My medical recommendation.
My people don't have time for that.
Her opinion, somewhat different.
I think I already talked to him about all this. I'm pretty sure I did.
Nice talking with you, Morden.
Thank you, Shepard. Glad to be back.
You planning to stick around when this is over?
Oh, maybe I
Until Reaper's
didn't.
dealt with at least. Then, not sure. Have made impact on Galaxy. Genophage modification, genophage cure, work against collectors, decisions, mistakes. Might go somewhere sunny, sit on beach, look at ocean, collect seashells.
You'd go crazy inside an hour.
Might run tests on the seashells.
Alright, to be safe, I'm gonna
How can I help?
talk to him again here.
How is she doing?
No fever. Prefer to let
My people don't.
her opinion somewhat.
You care about her.
My patient, my responsibility. Found her at STG base. 3 doctors injured trying to restrain her. Undid arm restraints. Didn't resist when she grabbed me. Promised to help her. She said, please.
So, we did the right thing by saving the data?
Indeed. Would be much harder to treat Eve without it. Maybe impossible.
And all those experiments we saw back on Tuchanka?
Monstrous, repulsive, but now with purpose. Victims didn't die for nothing.
So the end justifies the means?
Not my means.
But you're using the data, encouraging more experiments like Malin's.
Encouragement irrelevant. Will always be scientists willing to perform unethical tests. Can't change that. But can help Eve. Can cure genophage. Won't ignore data vital to her survival because of unethical origins.
Have you determined why she's immune?
Genophage targeted hormone production during pregnancy. Modification project used same modality. Her immunity, totally different. Targeted glands now obsolete, like human appendix. Other glands mutated to produce proper hormones, enable viable birth. Also explains her weakness. Gland substitution imperfect. Health trouble.
You think you can make this work for all Krogan?
Yes. We'll use Eve's tissue to produce mutagen, alter gland function across entire species. Must improve mutagen as well, tune hormone production, long-term illness for all Krogan otherwise.
Nice talking with you, Morden.
We'll be here if you need me.
The rare Solarian females are cloistered on their worlds out of tradition and respect. Powerful female idolatrasses are dynasts and political kingpins. They determine the political course of their respective regions through shrewd negotiation. Though male Solarians rise to positions of great authority in business, academia, or the military, they rarely have any input on politics. Due to their method of reproduction, Solarians have no concept of romantic love, sexual attraction, or the biological impulses and social rituals that complicate human lives. Male-female relationships are rare due to the scarcity of females and more akin to human friendship. Sexuality is strictly for the purpose of reproduction. Ancient social codes determine who gets to fertilize eggs, which produces more daughters to continue a bloodline. Fertilization generally only occurs after months of negotiation between the parents' clans and is done for purposes of political and dynastic alliance. No Solarian would imagine defying this code. Solarian names are quite complex. A full name includes in order the name of a Solarian's planet, duchy, barony, fiefdom, family, and finally the given name.
Thank you for saving my life, Commander. I didn't think the Krogan had any allies left in the galaxy.
We owe a lot to you, even if most people have forgotten that.
They can be forgiven. Our actions have hardly inspired friendship.
Part of being friends is knowing each other's name. I feel bad that I don't know yours.
I surrendered it the day I became a shaman of the female clan. I belong to my sisters now. But perhaps one day, when this is over, you can know it.
How did you get involved in Malin's experiments?
The other females and I volunteered. We heard Malin was trying to cure the genophage for Clan Weirlock.
Aren't they a rival clan?
Rivalries are the invention of the males. Under their rule, Tuchanka has laid in ruins for over 1,000 years. It's time females took back our place in society and resurrected our future. Malin was our best hope.
Would you go to Malin again?
Absolutely. It only takes one candle to light a fire. and then the darkness is no more.
I'm sorry none of the other females survived.
I know. The youngest one, Kern, was the last to go. But she knew she would enter the void free of this curse, and then smile when she looked down upon the children of Tuchanka. Her spirit will be the midwife to my firstborn.
I found Malin's lab. It looked like a dungeon. His experiments were brutal.
We learned that too late. He meant well, but his methods grew more barbaric as he went. We finally escaped into the rubble. Eventually, a Solarian team found us. They saved our lives. We were so sick.
How has Morden been treating you?
Better than Krogan males do. He's not like a typical Solarian.
No. Organ redundancy results in new period before metaphase. Can't alter that. Damage to telomeres, premature aging.
He does that.
But I sense pain in him too. He told me about his work on the genophage. I should consider him an enemy. Yet I think seeing my sisters and I changed something in him.
Sorry, but your offspring have an allergy to dairy and...
Well, it wasn't his ear. If you don't mind me asking, what's it been like living with the genophage?
I knew sisters who couldn't bear the shame of being infertile. They would wander off into the wastelands, hoping a thresher maw would kill them and end their torment.
Did the thought ever cross your mind?
Yes. After my first stillborn.
What kept you from ending your own life?
When my child didn't draw breath, that's when my life truly began. The genophage forces us to live on hope alone. There is nothing else. There is no reason to exist other than the hope that the next day will bring change. And if it doesn't, there is always the next.
How do you think things will change after the genophage is cured?
Our species will find its balance again. Females will help shape the future, like in the ancient days, before we were just pawns of power-hungry males.
Most seem hell-bent on shooting anything that looks at them wrong.
What else is there for them to do? Because of the genophage, they become wandering killers, seeking targets to justify their existence, excuses to earn them honor.
What do you think of Rex?
When he's not trying to sire half of Tuchanka, he's the best thing that's happened to the Krogan. But I won't tell him that. His head's big enough already. Literally.
He's turned into a strong leader.
I know in his heart Rex wants what's best for us. Though not all the other clans see it that way.
Why would the other clans give Rex trouble? You'd think they'd want a better future.
It's not in the nature of our males to cooperate. They've evolved to be selfish. Their only concern is survival. Rex is different. He's a mutant. And that you can tell him.
Do you think Rex will want revenge for the genophage?
Some clans will expect it, but I hope Rex resists. He understands the cycle of violence must end if Krogan are ever to have a voice in galactic politics. Still, he's just one Krogan. If enough clans demand it, he may not be able to stop them.
I didn't realize the Krogan had female shamans.
Wisdom comes from pain, and the genophage has made us very wise. Rather than surrender to despair, a few of us chose to preserve the ancient ways. We safeguard our culture, our knowledge, our secrets. So when our children live again, the Krogan will flourish.
How were you initiated?
You're locked in a cave for 7 days with just enough food to last. On the 8th, you'll starve.
What does that prove?
Your resolve. Every acolyte is given a chance. You either claw your way out through the rock with your bare hands, or you die.
That's a brutal initiation.
But an illuminating one. You learn to appreciate the light by living in the dark.
How did you make it out alive?
I started digging the wrong way. I was in complete darkness. Nothing other than my own heartbeat to sustain me.
What happened?
I found this. A simple crystal, but it became my chisel. Take it as a reminder, Commander. In the darkest hour, there is always a way out.
Thanks for talking to me.
It's my pleasure, Commander. I've only met a few humans in my time. I'm glad for the opportunity.
The harsh Krogan homeworld conditioned the Krogan psychology for toughness just as it did the body. Krogan have always had a tendency to be selfish, unsympathetic, and blunt. They respect strength and self-reliance and are neither surprised nor offended by treachery. The weak and selfless do not live long in their culture. Looking out for number one is simply a matter of course. After their defeat in the rebellions, the very concept of Krogan leadership was discredited. Where a warlord could once command enough power to bring entire solar systems to heel and become overlord, these days it is rare for a single leader to have more than 1,000 warriors swear allegiance to him. Most Krogan trust and serve no one but themselves. This solitary attitude stems in part from a deep sense of fatalism and futility, a profound social effect of the genophage that caused Krogan numbers to dwindle to a relative handful. Not only are they angry that the entire galaxy seems out to get them, the Krogan are also generally pessimistic about their race's chances of survival. The surviving Krogan see no point to building for the future. There will be no future. The Krogan live with an attitude of kill, pillage, and be selfish, for tomorrow we die. Garrus, obviously, and Liara. Until I have the better scope. Anyway, let's continue to go with that. Oops.
This crash site's a nightmare. Edie, try to raise Lieutenant Victus.
Yes, sir.
For a Turian commander, what happened here is... let's just say the Turian code is not forgiving.
And that it's his son is bad for the Primarch. Promoting family without merit can bite you in the ass. What's strange is the Primarch knows that.
Commander, I have to land well back from the main crash site.
That the best you can do?
Yes, sir. But the Reapers seem unaware of our presence. You might get the jump on them.
All right, set her down. Let's save this platoon. Edie. Did you raise Lieutenant Victus?
Yes, but the connection is bad.
Patch me in. This is Commander Shepard, Alliance Navy. Do you read?
This is Lieutenant Tarquin Victus of the 9th Platoon. We're pinned by Reaper harvesters and taking heavy casualties. Also, there are pockets of my men scattered along the crash trajectory.
Lieutenant, I need you to fire a flare so I can find your position. Got it.
Things get worse by the minute. My men are dying.
This sounds bad. Let's move.
Looks worse than I feared. Understood. You got it. A secret Turian mission on Tachanka is especially odd. Thoughts?
Nothing has come up through any of my networks. Shh, you see them?
Quick! We don't want them to call for backup. Escape pod. Our first casualties.
Looks like they survived the crash, but then a harvester took them out,
Died in the explosion?
and then pulled out to be eaten by husks. Shepard, I hear gunfire.
Okay. I have a visual on the enemy, and there's an escape pod just beyond. Looks like the Turians are in tough. Enemies up ahead don't know we're here.
Surprise on our side for once. I like it.
Exactly. Let's go.
That harvester is going to destroy the...
Thank you.
Don't stop for us. We'll head for the main crash site.
There's another pod ahead.
Save them all. Excellent work.
Keep
Keep moving. We need to find the main crash site ASAP.
Being the son of Adrian Victus is a lot to live up to. It's a big military name on Palaven. War's expected to run in the Victus blood.
Children shouldn't be burdened with the successes of their parents any more than their failings.
Looks like we got the jump. Follow my lead.
Understood!
Got him in my sight! Heads up! Harvester incoming! Damn, another harvester!
We're rendezvous at the crash site!
The Reaper called Harbinger, the site of a Reaper harvester in flight nearby, is one of the first indications that a Reaper invasion is underway. Their massive wingspan allows them to quickly cover the distance between them and their prey. In the harvester's mouth are two heavy guns that fire in an alternating pattern. The harvester's most fearsome quality, however, is that its appearance guarantees that Reaper ground troops are not far behind. Biotics is the Mars archives describe a superweapon that the Alliance has named the Crucible, which exploits the technology of Mass Effect relays. Beyond the basic principles, however, researchers know little about how the weapon actually works. One popular theory suggests that since relays can transfer matter and energy across the galaxy with little regard for distance, it may be possible to create a weapon for which range is barely a factor. Duplicating the advanced science used to build the relays has proven difficult, however. If the Crucible were completed, the challenge would become tuning the weapon to kill a Reaper halfway across the galaxy without inflicting unthinkable levels of collateral damage. What is clear is that the Crucible's construction is a massive effort, drawing resources from throughout explored space. Staggering financial costs have been disregarded in the common effort to create something, anything, that can stop the Reapers.
I think we saved all those men.
This way.
Over here.
Shepard here. What's your status?
We're in deep. Commander, what's your ETA?
Hang tight. We're on our way.
Barnick, how's our velocity? Deceleration online. We'll survive. Victus is going to pay for this. Court-martial or hanging?
How's Victus going to live this down?
When we find him, we'll ask.
Coming!
Shepard. Here.
Just saw harvesters drop a lot of enemies in your path.
Understood. Okay, let's pick it up. It's important we don't lose this squad.
It seems that the Turians are playing with political dynamite here. Maybe they should inform the Krogan.
Krogan-Turian animosity is ancient and intense. It's inborn.
And I need them to work together, so let's not complicate things. All right, let's move!
Not one more soldier dies here today!
For Paladin!
Shoo! Being able to turn invisible really helps.
This way.
With being able to, like, skip fights. By just running past everybody and taking out the final objective.
Lieutenant Victus?
Commander Shepard, my men and I are in your debt. Thank you for saving so many.
What happened here?
He screwed up. Stand down, soldier. These men are dead because of him. I said, stand down.
Hey, I just saved all your asses, so everyone just calm down. Lieutenant, what's going on here?
I made a bad call. This is all on me. I chose caution and clever tactics over a head-on attack. And my men paid the price.
You mean the crash?
Yes. We could see on Hollow that Reaper forces were blocking our intended path. Staying on course guaranteed heavy casualties. So I chose a safer route, skirting the enemy. And that took us low and through these ruins. When we encountered resistance, there was no room to maneuver. Suddenly, we were in a fight for our lives. A lot of my men lost that fight.
Owning your mistake takes guts. But you have to get over it and move on.
Of course. It's just fresh right now. Our mission's still a failure. When we've stabilized the injured, we'll head back to the fleet.
You're abandoning your mission?
We're down over 30 men. It'd be suicide.
What exactly did you come here to do?
There's a bomb on the planet. We were sent to defuse it.
A bomb? How big?
Enormous. Cerberus has it.
Lieutenant, if Cerberus has that bomb, you have to finish your mission.
Haven't these men sacrificed enough?
I understand. This kind of sacrifice is the hardest to ask for, but your men signed on for it. And so did you.
My men have lost hope, Commander. Even if I wanted to finish the mission, they don't.
It's your job to make them want to.
How?
Their sacrifice means that others will never face what they faced here today. Remind them that those sacrifices have no honor if the mission fails.
Men, I own what happened here today. But we have to carry on.
No, we don't. Who cares about a few dead Krogan? It's over.
We are Turian, and we will not let Cerberus succeed. Our sacrifice is the difference between life and death for this entire galaxy. Let the heroes of the 9th Platoon be remembered for performing their duties with bravery. All right, men. Shuttle's arriving any minute. We're moving out. Commander, come with us. We're a shell of what we were. We could use the help.
Send me the nav point. I'll see what I can do.
Thank you. That'll give us time to do a little recon. See what we're up against.
Victus, you have a second chance here. Make their sacrifice count.
Understood, Commander. Hope to see you at the rendezvous.
Cerberus bomb. What the hell is going on, Commander? And what do the Turians have to do with it?
Coordinates Victus gave me place it in the Kelphic Valley. It's a heavily populated area. That's all I know.
My gut says something's not right here.
What do you suggest?
Get the Primarch to come clean.
Should we alert the Krogan military?
I'd wait. We're in the dark here. Krogan-Turian relations are fragile until the genophage is cured. Let's not push it. And how about this bomb? How many troops does Cerberus have on this?
No idea. All I know is we can't have them detonating that bomb.
Keep me in the loop. Hack it out.
Primarch Victus.
Impressive work on Tuchanka. I'm grateful that...
Why didn't you tell me about the Cerberus bomb? Why hide that? What else are you keeping from me?
I have nothing for you.
For our alliance to work, I need to trust you.
Our friendship is new, Commander. Would you trust me with information that puts your people, puts Earth, at risk?
Why would I jeopardize our alliance by lying to you now? Doesn't make sense.
Decisions like these weigh heavy on me. When I was a general, I could pass them up the chain of command. But now, I'm all I've got. Know what I mean?
Sure. And
that's all. Wait, there is one more thing, Commander. Thank you for saving my son.
Shepard, test verified. Results promising. Can synthesize for universal Krogan immunity.
Good. Then you can put your knife away.
Thought Krogan armored hide extended to groin as well. Assumption was... incorrect.
The cure's ready?
No, still need transmission vector. Cure useless unless given to entire species.
You're usually full of ideas, Mordin. You altered the genophage before. There must be a way.
Of course, always possibilities, but time limited. Can't create new infection strain from scratch. Groundwater? No, too slow. Voluntary inoculation risky. Population too scattered for airborne, unless... Wait, yes! The Shroud. Constant global dispersion of air particles, built by Solarians to repair atmosphere of Tuchanka. Also used by Turians.
We used it to secretly spread the genophage virus. It ended the Krogan rebellions.
I'd be careful who you tell that to.
Sometimes I understand why the Krogan want to shoot everyone in sight.
Those were desperate times.
Yes, but useful now. Original genophage strain still in storage at Shroud facility. Can use it as transmission vector, then use Shroud to blanket Tuchanka with cure.
You clever little pyjack. That's our best shot, right there.
Then finish your preparations and be ready to go, Mordin.
Of course. Ready when you need me. We'll be in medbay with Eve until then.
Commander, Admiral Anderson is available on VidCom.
I'm grateful for all you've done, Commander. The situation with the Krogan is already complicated enough.
Not as complicated as waking up one day and being told you're the new Primarch.
Yes, thank you. I'm beginning to understand why leaders so often seem lonely. Worst-case scenarios aren't just theories. They're what you'll be dealing with 5 minutes from now.
That's why it helps to have allies.
Yes, you're right, of course. Is there something I can help you with?
How are things on Palaven?
The casualty reports are staggering.
It's the same.
I've seen the same on Earth.
My civilization.
The Krogan will make sure that doesn't happen.
Assuming you're successful with the cure.
We will be.
You have to be, Commander. I don't want to go down as history's last Primarch.
That's all.
Of course, Commander.
What was that all about with the Primarch? Turian's up to something?
It's nothing. Don't worry about it.
Uh-huh. All right.
That's it for now, Rex. Let's get back to work.
Yeah.
Something wrong?
Morden. He got his tissue sample from me, all right. Let's just say scalpels were never meant to cut where he cut.
All right. Codex. Let's do that.
Biotics is the ability. It may be possible to reverse the genophage by extracting an immunity from the genetic data of a cured Krogan female. A Solarian geneticist named Malin, a former student of Dr. Morden Solus, discovered the cure through unethical experimentation on live subjects. The complexity and durability of the genophage derives from biochemical countermeasures that the Solarians wove into the plague in an attempt to make the sterilization incurable. No one is certain of how Malin circumvented the countermeasures, but his work was complete enough to allow replication of his results. In its original form, the cure restored fertility but severely compromised the immune system. This resulted in slow, painful death for all but one of Malin's test subjects. If the beneficial aspects of the cure can be isolated, a specially tailored virus could repair the affected genes in other Krogan.
Oops.
Biotics is the ability of rare... The Tuchanka, the Krogan homeworld, boasts extreme temperatures, virulent diseases, and predatory fauna. Around 1900 BCE, the Krogan discovered atomic weapons and promptly sent their planet into a nuclear winter. The majority of the population retreated to underground bunkers, and Krogan culture slipped into a dark age, dominated by tribal clans. In 80 CE, decades into the Rachni Wars, the Solarian Union made first contact with the primitive Krogan and initiated a cultural uplift to shape them into a modern army capable of confronting the Rachni. During this uplift, the Solarians constructed the Shroud facility on Tuchanka to shield the planet from harmful forms of solar radiation. Later, during the Krogan rebellions, reproductive rates were curtailed by the genophage, ensuring the Krogan remained a species in decline and Tuchanka a desolate wasteland.
Alright, that's going to do it for this episode. Be sure to hit like on the video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell to be kept up to date on future uploads.